What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joyce, Zhilei, Zhang. Get this. This is what everybody has been waiting for. We know the clash between these two titans will be this week on the 15th, and I will be live. But first, let's do a fight prediction. But first, let's discuss the tale of the take. The tale of the take, Joyce is 37 compared to Zhilei Zhang, 39. Debut for Joyce was on October 20th, 2017, and Zhilei Zhang's debut was August 8th, 2014. Okay, so he has him 3 years in advantage professional wise. 15-0 record for Joyce, 24-1 for Zhilei Zhang, 74 rounds for Joyce, 84 for Zhang. 14 KOs for Joyce, 19 KOs for Zhilei Zhang. Both high percentage, 93.3 for Joyce and 73.1 for Zhilei Zhang. Height 198 centimeters. Height 198 centimeters. They have it even. I don't know who's really taller. One looked taller at one point and another looked taller at another. So we just have to see. They're looking at each other eye to eye anyway, so who cares? Index from 6 centimeters to 0 centimeters for Zhilei Zhang. Orthodox for Joyce versus a southpaw for Zhilei Zhang. 203 days layoff and 238 days layoff. I don't know if that's accurate, honestly, but we'll see. But anyway, that's the tale of the take between these two. And let me start my fight prediction. Okay, first off, I think that this is going to be a very competitive fight. Okay, and I think what it comes down to with Zhilei Zhang, if Zhilei Zhang has enough bang for his punch and he can catch Joyce, the question is, can he hurt Joyce? So what's been going on with Joyce is Joyce he's a phenom because he has this durable chin and he's tough. He can take these punches and he can ditch it out. That's why people like to see Joyce, because Joyce also gets hit. It's like, watching a Joyce fight is like watching a fight where it's going to be pretty even, but the good guy wins at the end, like some kind of Jean-Claude Van Damme type film. He might take a licking, but he takes ticking, but he also gets his licks in as well. So that's the thing about Joyce. So it's basically who is up for the test to try to check the chin of Joyce, because Daniel Dubois tried, Stavern tried, a lot of people. Carlos Takam tried. He got shots in. So, Zhilei Zhang is another hard-hitting guy coming from another stance, so he's up for the test because he's promising to shatter that jaw of Joyce. Now, do I think Zhilei Zhang will win? If Zhilei Zhang wins, the keys of victory, he has to stay in close, make it a short fight, land his punches on the inside, good night. And I think he will have a better chance in that as opposed to someone like Hrgovic, because as soon as Hrgovic tasted that punching power of Zhang, his ass was gone. He was like, I'm not getting any more of that. I'm going to box on the outside and flurry, to convince these judges that I'm winning this damn fight. Whereas every exchange, Zhilei Zhang hurt Hrgovic. Okay, so keep that in note. So the momentum of the fight, you could see definitely the person with the dominant power. Zhang had a lot more power, and his punches hurt Hrgovic more than Hrgovic's hurt his. And a lot of people are overlooking this about Zhang. Zhang also has a pretty good chin. He takes shots as well, so it's an uncharted territory between these two guys. But I think Zhang being 39, I think him having the stamina issue compared to Joyce, I think that's going to be the story. Just like Hrgovic, you look at him, he was able to coast because Zhilei Zhang was running out of gas. He's a 6-round fighter, okay, maybe even a 4 or 5. But guess what? Out of those 4 or 5 rounds, Zhilei Zhang is going to give you hell. He's going to test you, and maybe, just maybe, Joe Joyce can take his shots. But the question is, how many before that chin decides to give in, right? How many times before that actually happens? You can't just use your chin as a badge of honor all the time. You got to have some defense with this thing. But then again, we are looking at a warrior, okay? He's a warlord. Joe Joyce, I think he likes the idea of getting hit because it's all in his game plan for combat and exchanges. As long as he can hit you, he's fine. You can hit him all day long. So Zhilei Zhang, his keys of victory is to attack and attack early because he may get Joe Joyce out of there, if he can. But here's the thing. I think Joe Joyce can get Zhilei Zhang out of there. And might I dare say, I think Zhilei Zhang is a harder puncher than Joe Joyce. But Joe Joyce has his own thunder as well. So don't get it twisted. They're all heavyweights, people. These are big heavyweights. This 6'6", 6'5", this is the standard of today, right? People are getting bigger. I don't necessarily know if they're getting better, but it won't make you feel any better. Shout out to Jay. But anyway, I think that this fight will end in about 8 rounds when Zhilei Zhang starts to slow down and his gas tank is empty. And I think fatigue makes cowards of men, along with the pressure of Joe Joyce, will get this show over. Okay? Unless Joseph, or should I say Joe, can't take the punching power of Zhang and he's actually met his match. That could be a possibility too, people. You can't rule that out. But I'm going with Joyce on this, but then we don't know. Maybe Zhang has some untapped desire to want to show that he's the best. Some of that Jermaine Franklin. I'm fired up because I thought I won the last fight, and a lot of people do as well. So that may be an issue with Zhang. He might fight harder, but understand if he fights harder, he might get tired just that quicker. So that's food for thought. So I think to be safe, my prediction, 8th round or 9th round TKO stoppage for Joe Joyce. If they go 12 rounds, I would be very impressed with Zhilei Zhang. Okay, because his gas tank wasn't that it was on half a tank, and he needed a full tank against Hrgovic. So let's see if he can put enough petrol in that gas tank to last him to victory. But we will see. You guys tell me what you think about this breakdown and fight prediction of Zhilei Zhang, Joe Joyce. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.